Buckle up for another episode of Ghost Facers, a supernatural rewatch podcast. My name is Richard, and sitting shotgun as always is my brother in podcasting, Reed.
Right there, Rexy. Rum over here and ravish me.
Oh my God. How are we going to make this happen?
Turn the lights down, row.
Oh, turn the lights on, row. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna rock your rock.
Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Let's get into this.
Let's do a doggy style.
Ghost Facers! We're facing ghosts! We're others, we're not, we're ghosts! Ghost Facers! Stay in the kitchen when the kitchen gets hot! Ghost Facers! We're facing nightmare, we're facing dread! Ghost Facers! We're facing faceless, we're facing dead!
Welcome to Ghost Facers. Today we're discussing... Every time, really? You wait for me to do that? Also, thanks for offering me one, too.
Do you want one? Here,
have
this one.
Okay.
It hasn't been touched by my lips. I'm getting a drink.
Today we're discussing Season 8, Episode number 15, Man's Best Friends with Benefit. What are you doing? I thought it was in the it was in the kitchen, no? Did you have to open up a new one? Oh, it wasn't already in the fridge?
I'm bringing something to chew while we record.
You're fucking chewing up a lot of scenery here with this performance.
God damn it, piece of shit!
Finally get to the episode where Sam fucks a dog.
Okay, so hang on. So last week we finished recording.
Yeah.
On our amazing note, which is like, if anyone's gonna kill a dog, it's gonna be Sam.
It's gonna be
And
Sam.
then you told me, I can't remember if it was on the episode or if it was after we finished recording. You were like, the next episode is called Man's Best Friend with Benefits. And I was like, that's what the episode's called? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, that episode is already. You were like, yeah. But I was thinking of the other dog episode.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's see how they've got
Me
to
too.
this title. And I was watching this episode. I was like, oh, it's this one. It's not Sam fucks his dog brother.
No.
So just had to admit that slightly embarrassing thing.
No.
I thought.
I had the same thing.
Crazy.
Yes. Man's Best Friend with Benefits, which still sounds like a man fucks a dog.
It's not a great title.
No.
I 100% know how they got there, but yikes.
But also, why even make the comment?
We couldn't call it doggy style. Like, if you want to be...
Yeah, that's better.
It is technically.
That more sounds like you're fucking a dog.
No, doggy style's just a thing. And then you go, oh, it's a pun because she's an actual dog. But if you say man's best friend with benefits, it means like, no, I have a pet, but sometimes I walk this other fucking dog. I don't feed it or anything.
I mean, I feed it, but...
Jesus. Let's just say that dog calls me the suppository.
Oh my God. Jesus. More like a depository.
Oh, no. I don't feel good about it.
You fucking play fetch when she catches a bone.
Easy. Easy.
We've got a 5-star review.
Yay.
We deserve it.
We deserve it.
With the title, Ava, lend me that pistol.
Is that actually what?
Even
Amazing.
more so, it has a, it's got a little mammoth first, and then it says, Ava, lend me that pistol.
Incredible. I love it already.
Yeah. Thank you for having a new sandwich segment.
You're welcome.
It's the best. Disagree.
Father is listening.
Oh, all right.
And he knows what you want.
Oh my God. Open wide.
Yeah, down on your knees and tell me your toppings.
Oh my God.
A sandwich is coming.
I don't know what it's gonna start with, but it's definitely gonna finish with mayo.
Yeah, let's just say you owe me $5 because it's a foot long.
Oh my God. What
It's only got 80 grams of sugar.
All right, you're losing it.
No, I can get it back.
Invoke Jared.
No, hang on. I think he was more into 6 inches.
Oh, no. No. You're a bad man and you should be stopped. You're a bad man and everyone knows it. Nope, there's no stepping that back. This is what I mean. You try to do the right thing and you end up being worse.
You made me this way. I used to be respectable.
Sure you did. I've heard stories about who you used to be.
Easy.
There was maybe like a 2-year period where you were good.
Easy.
I appreciate it every time. I like the idea you had about using the sandwich segment to sandwich in one-shot segments like the Muppet segment.
Yeah.
We did do that. Speaking of which, these are pretty bad. And then she, I'll put this later, but she did a Muppets Middle Earth, A Hilarious Journey, and then Ice Age 5, The War Chronicles. I don't know what those are, but
I don't know enough Ice Age movies. I only know the first one.
okay. It came out so badly, but I sent it anyways.
Love it. Also, is Ice Age 5 called The War Chronicles? What the fuck happens in Ice Age?
I don't think so, but
Jesus.
yeah, that fucking weird squirrel thing does like,
So,
war crimes.
Letters from the front.
Yeah. Oh God, it's been such a horrible thing. I've seen so many bad things.
I've done so many things.
Yeah.
Ma.
Question about the show, not a negative. Weird to phrase it that way.
Question about our show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I listened to you guys on Spotify. After a certain point, you guys started saying, let's take a break, and then, okay, we're back. Am I missing ads? Today I realized that might be what's going on. I'm not paying for Spotify Premium or anything like that. For the longest time, I assumed that Richard noticed that Reed coughed so hard
Easy.
he passed out again, and then you come back when he comes to.
I mean, that's so funny.
But also concerning that it's every episode around the same time.
I'm regular. I've been breathing a lot of bran.
I'll just say ads may be coming in the future. That's why those are there.
Yeah.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, but only if I stop talking about Jared from Subway.
yeah. We actually like
Which
that.
I won't.
No. Also, always say dab when you do.
Dab.
I'm a strong supporter of this. It's an audio format. It should be included. I hate how much on your side this person is.
Everyone's on my side because I'm right.
His person's name is Creed.
Yeah. Yeah. Creed Cranier.
Yeah. Hope you guys are having an awesome week. So much love, Spencer.
Aw, thanks, Spency boy.
So he suddenly hates you.
Yep. Nope. Ruined it. The review instantly goes down to 1 star.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
Moving on. This episode aired February 20th, 2013.
Nice.
Written by Brad Buckner and Eugenie Ross Lemming. Nepotism.
Right.
Directed by John F. Showalter.
Right.
Viewed by an estimated
Like 1.9. I think this one goes down.
It does go down, but not by that much.
2.2.
2.10.
Okay. All right.
It's just in the middle.
You can say that, guys.
It's almost like people were turned off by the idea of an episode that invokes both Man's Best Friend and Friends with Benefits.
Almost like just because it sounds like it goes together doesn't mean it should.
Yeah, what if Justin Timberlake and Natalie Portman were
Fucked a
dogs that
dog.
fuck sometime?
Yeah.
Or that. Yeah.
Yours was better. Yours was like the...
What if Justin Timberlake and Natalie Portman fucked a dog?
All right. Let's watch the promo.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's pretty boring, I would say. Pretty dull.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get to the interesting thing, which is like more witchy stuff, you know?
Yes.
It's just like a person they know keeps saying he did crimes. You're like, well, that doesn't sound like much of a mystery.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
international titles.
Okay.
We've got two.
Our usual suspects.
Usual suspects.
Okay. Who's first?
Germany.
The German title is like The Familiar or something like that.
No.
Oh, okay. It's Witch Crimes.
No, those have been better.
Okay. I don't know.
The German title is Animal Friends.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, I was closer with Familiars.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Animal Friends.
Sure. Fine.
I really like how these two worked out. The Hungarian title.
Okay. Is this a classic vague Hungarian title, or it could apply to any episode sort of thing?
Sort of. They really do. They try to improve upon the title.
Oh, I see. Okay. How do you improve upon man's best friend with benefits?
They try to Facebook it.
Oh, best friend with benefits?
It's friends with benefits.
Oh, okay.
Which just sounds like it's people fucking their
It's
friends.
just yeah.
Which I'm like, I guess.
Yeah.
It's clearer.
I mean, it's man, this episode.
TV Guide describes this episode as a cop who practices witchcraft is plagued by nightmares in which he kills innocent people. When the murders actually happen, Sam and Dean are called to investigate.
Yeah.
But before we talk about this episode...
Also, dog sex.
Yeah. Also, doggy style. Sam and
Truly,
Dean
call
do
the
it
episode
doggy style.
Call it doggy style.
No, that's not...
It's more fun.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but...
Man's best doggy style with friends.
Yeah, man doggy
Wait.
styles with friends.
Yeah. You're the doggy style now,
Yeah.
man.
Friends doggy with friends style.
Benefit.
Let's open up Dad's journal
Sure.
and learn about familiars.
Okay.
You were excited and then mad.
Yeah. Because where do you get off?
I mean...
In a dog. No.
Oh. Back. Front's too scary.
What the fuck was that?
You were excited because I got it right, and then we're mad because I ruined it. All I did was say what it's going to be.
Do you know what? Here. We're going to do this for a little bit. So that's fine.
Mute me.
Oh, I can try.
You motherfucker.
So at any rate, we're going to talk about familiars for a little bit.
Familiars are animal friends with witches. Thank you.
You're a real piece of shit.
I didn't say what it is.
You did.
I know, but
Let's
I
see
didn't...
what the lore says about familiars.
Oh, was I right?
Yeah.
But I didn't explain what that meant.
It doesn't. You're being
Until now.
You're being fucking presumptuous. You and your god. You just.
I just like rolling the dice and seeing
Stick
if
to
I'm
your
right.
goddamn script, you Delilah.
I've got a
You-
note. I've got something to say about the script in a little bit, but let's...
Your script?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But we'll get to it.
So, familiars is a thing that comes from sort of like medieval, kind of like European folklore, and it's the idea of a corporeal companion for people who are involved in magic. That might mean like a witch in the sinister sense. It might mean a healer. It might mean, as they called them, like the cunning folk, which were generally like weirdly they were like good witches, but they were called the cunning folk.
I'm a cunning linguist.
Sure. All right, man.
To dogs.
Come on.
I eat dogs'
Familiars.
pussies.
Jesus.
Just didn't. I didn't want that to be unclear.
I wanted it to be less clear. Anyway,
It's very clear.
animals. Because they're corporeal beings, they're not ghosts or things like that. And often in the lore, they are animals. Not necessarily. Sometimes they are people. Like, think of like Renfield is a familiar to Count Dracula. that sort of relationship, right? I mean, that's obviously got more of a kind of like master dynamic than what we explore in this episode.
He's certainly familiar with that dog.
I hope. But then there's other ones that are more about the animal side. If you like comic books, Clary and the Witch Boy has a familiar called Teakle, which is this little cat or whatever. They're meant to kind of help and sort of amplify magical power. They connect you to, like, especially if you think in that kind of like old European or even kind of Celtic sense, like nature is your most powerful conduit for magic. So having a familiar makes you kind of more connected to nature. You could get familiars in different ways. Sometimes they were gifted to you. Mm-hmm. A more contemporary example, they aren't exactly familiars, but think of like the pets in Harry Potter.
Sure.
There's the idea of that one just finds you, like if you're struggling as a witch or whatever, then something like a fucking owl might just show up and you'd be like, yeah, nice, and then you're buds.
You fucking
and sometimes you would go and like seek one out and maybe like turn it into your familiar or something like that. So there's a couple of different ways of getting a familiar as well.
Yeah, when you want to get familiar with an animal.
Easy.
In the biblical sense.
No, I'm just saying it's easy.
It fucking is. It's a great thing about that.
Fun fact: the Latin name for a dog, like a regular dog, is Canis familiaris. So
it translates to fucks easily.
Easy. Already unlistenable episode. I stormed off. You ruined my segment. Think of Spencer, who took that time to write in, and now
Spencer, I barely know her.
Nice. Oh God. But yeah, it's mostly like a kind of like a European thing. You see it in a lot of different like pop culture in that. Like we've probably talked about like His Dark Materials at some point, but that whole series is based on the idea of having a familiar. In that one, their like souls are entwined because there's that thing with the machine that like cuts people off from their familiars, and it's like a insane, cruel, like war crime of a torture device kind of thing. So familiars is a familiar concept.
Wow, waka waka.
But yeah, it's about your connection to magic, to nature. That relationship can be like master slave, or it could be like helper, or it could be more like like partners or whatever.
Does this play into like indigenous like spirit guide kind of things?
Not specifically.
Okay.
But maybe only in the way where it's like that sort of like
spirit animal, that kind of thing.
But just that idea of like concurrently cultures around the world have connections to animals and magic and things like that, but not in any kind of tangible way or anything like that. No.
Because I know that, like, it was a thing that I stopped saying, which was like, this thing is my spirit animal, that kind of thing. Which, I wasn't sure.
Well, and a familiar is not necessarily a spirit animal in that, like, your familiar isn't necessarily like an embodiment of your personality.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's if you have a cat, it's not because you're cat-like necessarily. You know what I mean?
Because I'm a pussy.
Oh no!
Oh jeez.
But yeah, there you go. I guess that's what the lore says. Who gives a shit?
I didn't explain what it was.
No, fuck this.
Just called it out.
No.
Which I've done before, I'm pretty sure.
Let's go to international titles. Oh, wait, there's only 2 still.
It's not my fault.
I could call out your fucking shit, too.
That's not my fault. If you want to fucking find them, by all means. I would love for you to do that legwork. Yes.
I'm gonna have a cookie.
Cool. Cool, man. Yeah, clap. Is that how you eat? Jesus Christ.
This is an unlistenable episode.
So, I wanted to bring up something about the notes.
Sure.
So, this is an extremely busy week for me.
Oh, okay. So how did you fuck them up?
No, I didn't fuck them up, though.
Okay.
I improved upon them.
All right.
Just don't fucking come in with that attitude, all right? I've made them better.
Yeah. Yeah, now these notes allow me to step on at people's toes whenever I want.
Shut up. So what happened was usually the way that I do these notes is I pull from a couple different websites that usually do plot summaries,
Right.
and then I go through and edit them and reformat them for the way that we explain things, so that it's not just like full paragraphs. It's like I say a couple lines. Oh, I also have to format them so they fit in the document appropriately, and so I break them at like natural pauses or commas and things like that, and then I break them based on when I think we're probably going to talk about whatever I just said. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, sorry.
Which is
Dozed off a little
a
bit
very
there.
tedious process. Way back in the beginning,
Sure is to listen to.
way back in the beginning, I actually used to write the notes fully out, and then I found plot summaries that were decent. But would you just stay with me?
I'm resting my eyes.
I fucking listen to your boring lore segment.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This isn't boring. Go on.
This is interesting for the people who care about formatting and document development.
Yeah, you.
I'm not alone here.
You're alone.
So one of the things that I've been struggling with is how long that process takes. And so I was like, I wonder if I can teach AI to format it.
I already hate this.
It's formatting. I'm not taking somebody's job.
I already hate this.
Why?
Do the work yourself, you lazy shit.
Because I'm doing so many other things that actually pay me money that
I would argue you do a lot of things that don't pay you money.
yeah, including this. And so I'm trying to make this easier. What?
It's not this hard.
It takes me like an hour to do this.
It shouldn't. You just watch the episode and you talk about it. It's the easiest thing in the world.
You got to make notes about what happened. It's what we've been doing for fucking
or you
3
can just
years.
remember.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you remember note for note when you constantly are bringing things up and then go, "Oh wait, that wasn't this episode."
I think people like it my way.
So, anyways, I've now taught it where I will now pull in an entire script and then I've created through a bunch of work today. Now formatted so I can just pump it in and it'll create the notes exactly the way that I want them.
Okay.
It's awesome.
I'm sure these are gonna suck. I can't wait.
But now you're not even going to give them a chance because you automatically are against them.
I can't wait to hear how natural they are.
They're based off of the existing script, so it's using points of the actual script.
2 Winchesters live in a motel. They are brothers and love.
It's not. It's actually really well
We
done.
made a bot once.
If anything, it's actually
hours of supernatural.
It's actually way better than the other fucking notes that I usually pull from, which often have some really weird phrasing for stuff. Because people suck too.
All right.
I knew I shouldn't have said it till the end of it because I knew you were gonna fucking come in like this.
I just want you to know.
Yeah.
What you just proposed, that's the bad guy in the new Mission Impossible movie.
That's
That's the side of history you're on. Ethan Hunt's over here, and then there's you.
I'm not.
So I just want you to fucking live with that.
I am not Slade Wilson.
Yeah, you are.
Slade.
Slade.
Anyways, before we get into today's episode, let's take a quick break.
Oh, I already hate it.
That's not. We're back. You son of a bitch. We begin with the then.
Sure.
We got witches.
Yep.
Kevin figuring out how to close the gates.
Yep.
And Sam has started the trials.
That's right. Because no one kills a dog better than Sam Winchester.
I mean, the temptation throughout this episode he must have felt.
Oh my God.
Just like,
Yeah.
it's just sitting on the fucking a bed. I could just kill it right now.
Easy. I mean, Sam's still pretty shredded. I can think more of one way you could kill it.
Could choke this dog out.
Jesus.
All right. We get into the night.
I Am Legend. Like,
Oh, I hate that part. You're making a new one?
oh, like a sequel?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought
I'm Still Legend? I hope that's what it's called.
I continue to be legend.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be like We Are Legend or some bullshit like that.
Ugh.
Anyways, we begin in St. Louis, Missouri, the back alley of a hotel, and it's night. So it's a misty night in St. Louis, and a man and a woman step out onto a dimly lit alley.
Yeah, I should just say right now, I watch these with closed captioning on because sometimes I'm watching them at work and sometimes I'm watching them, like late at night or whatever. And so normally in this episode, I think I wouldn't really hear the mumbly dialogue. They're like, as they come out of this building. But because there was closed captioning, it would just be like, thanks for letting me do this, is what
God.
the guy says. And he's like, here, let me pay you. Like, and I was like, Jesus. Like, we all know what's happening here, but he's like, thanks for letting me do that. Or like, whatever the fuck he said. It's like,
I appreciated you letting me do that to you. Yeah.
like, truly, I was like, I don't like this. I didn't, like, just, hey, closed captioning, you could just say inaudible mumbles.
It's not great.
I didn't love it.
So from a car, a mystery person watches over them closely.
Yeah.
After the man leaves, the woman, feeling uneasy, starts to head out. The observer, now revealed as a policeman, confronts the woman. And he just sort of like shows up out of nowhere. Like she's looking around and then suddenly he's just like there.
He's just there and he's like, boom, badge, baby.
Looking like a real hottie.
And she goes, I guess I'm having a bad night. And then he's like, yeah, I guess you are.
So he handcuffs her and then randomly just starts choking her.
Yeah. I didn't like that either.
No. Unless she wanted it, but she didn't, so
Not
it was
like
bad.
this. There's no one less.
Well, no, I mean...
did the machine tell you to say that? Sometimes humans don't want to live. Trust me.
Yeah, no,
I can tell the difference.
Yeah, so can I. I've been doing a podcast with them for 3 years.
Sorry, I'm the robot?
No, you're the person who wants to die.
I mean, touche.
Yeah, the robot said it.
Interesting. Go on, I'm warming to the robot.
This scene turns out to be a nightmare as the policeman wakes up in a panic, comforted by his Doberman. I have questions about this Doberman, which we'll figure out later, but...
Is it like dog breed related?
Well, more, yes, but
because I don't know anything about dogs.
The thing is like this is a clipped and trimmed Doberman.
Okay.
Which is so typically Dobermans actually have like little lab ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was that they had the pointy,
that's the thing
like
that
Ace
people
the Bat Hound shit.
cut in their fucking ears to do.
Oh,
that.
that's like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's not their ears don't naturally do that.
Interesting.
It's not like a.
I just thought it was a breeding thing, like how pugs are.
And
shit
the fucking
and
tail,
stuff.
the little nubby tail, because they fucking tie a fucking rope around it till it falls.
So it's
off.
not breeding. That's like
That's a weird, fucked up thing that people do to dogs.
Yeah, I don't love that.
It sucks. So I was just like, why would that be the familiar look that they go for? I guess that they choose that, but I'm like, it's fucking weird.
Interesting.
I don't like, because I'm like, I'm assuming that they just become a dog because it's different than like a shapeshifter. They're like, they are a dog.
They are one being that can change forms. So like neither human nor dog.
But they don't choose what dog they are, do they?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's like, and today I'll be a poodle.
No,
I think it's just like that's
like
just what they are when they express themselves in animal form. They're that.
Yeah.
When they express
Which then gets into question marks.
In human form, they look the other way. You know,
which then gets into questions of just like, wait, so are what's the irony that they're a domesticated dog breed, and not just like a wild dog? So they're a version of a dog that humans created.
I mean, to be fair, in human form, she's wearing a leash, so it's not exactly subtle.
I mean, fuck, I know. We'll get there. The next morning, he's horrified to find a bloodstained shirt in his trash, making him question the line between his nightmares and reality.
Yeah.
And that's the beginning of the episode.
Have we actually seen this guy before?
No.
Because I was like, are we revisiting a friend from like an old episode? I was like,
it's
I can't
one of my
remember.
notes.
I don't know if that's actually it or not.
It's one of my notes from this episode, which is although they say they know him from a previous case, he's never appeared in the episode.
Right,
episode
we've
before.
never actually seen
No,
it.
no,
Okay.
no. Which normally, I mean, they've made comments like that before. This is the first time it's felt like a question, like where
I was like, when was the last time they were in St. Louis? I was like trying to God, what season are we talking about? I don't remember this guy. What was the thing?
Because typically,
why would he get into witchcraft after? Like, I was trying to do all of the things. I sort of suspected it wasn't, but I was like, I wonder if this is like a real deep cut thing that this.
I think it's because typically they're like, when we were kids, we knew this guy. This is the first time it's been like, recently we did this.
We're just like, we did a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we now go to the Sleepy Lodge Motel At night, Sam and Dean arrive at the motel, joking and teasing each other. Dean steps out for some beers, leaving Sam alone in the room.
Oh, right. What is the thing that they're...
Oh, they're talking about the Three Stooges.
Yeah, this feels forced.
It feels like a 50-year-old
It
writer.
But it's also like... It's like that thing where it's like you only tell the punchline of a joke. Be like, of all the things you said, this is the lamest by far. It goes, I just think Shemp is better than Curly.
Yes.
Like,
And then I said, that's my wife.
in the way people don't talk.
Yes.
It does feel very silly.
It
but
just-
whatever.
It feels like
it's
something that
fine.
an old writer is just like, you know how
Yeah.
guys normally talk about the Three
Yeah.
Stooges still?
Yeah. Who do you prefer, George Burns or Milton Berle?
Yeah.
That's like fucking...
That's what it feels like. In my head
Yeah.
canon, it's because
Of the great vaudevillians.
in my head canon, wait, no, I don't know if this actually works time wise, but I think it might. In my head canon, it's because they've been watching stuff at the Men of Letters bunker. Does that work time wise? Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
I think that might work.
Yeah.
And it's like they just have old
I mean,
shit.
58. Yeah, the Stooges
Yeah.
would have been on by then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
a-
Yeah. Also, just a crazy reference though. Like, it's also like knowing who Pete Best is, right? It's like first you have to know the Three Stooges,
Yes.
and then you also need to know that for a while
There wasn't those.
there was a fourth
Yeah.
Stooge named Shemp.
you know what the kids in the early 2000s are gonna love? A Shemp reference.
Yeah. I want to see the CW's Three Stooges. Remember how they were going to do Powerpuff Girls,
Oh
but
my
CW style? I
God.
want like Stooges.
Oh my god! Did you see the recent I think it's East Asian Archies that they just released on Netflix?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a Archie thing.
Yeah.
Like Riverdale.
Like
kinda
Riverdale.
Archie?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. No,
Yeah.
I don't know that. There's that other Archie thing that's out right now. That's about Cary Grant.
Oh yeah, this isn't that.
There's a lot of Archie stuff out there
Weird.
right now.
So Doberman suddenly sneaks into the motel room and settles on Dean's bed. Sam,
Yeah, Dean goes out to get something. Yeah, they come in arguing.
he went to
about
go get beer.
They come in arguing about Stooges, and it's fun. And then Sam goes, "What?" And Dean's like, "You did the dog killing." And Sam's like, "I've got this." And then Dean's like, "Fine, I'm gonna go get drinks. You want anything?" Sam's like, "No." It's like, great. It's a brothers fighting episode.
We love those.
And Dean leaves, and then this dog comes in, and
Sam's like,
and
oh,
Sam's like, urge to kill.
must destroy.
I mean, Sam is being very friendly with the dog, which is great, and he's like checking for a tag, and he's doing belly rubs and stuff. But if I was Sam, and I actually felt the way Sam purports to feel in this season, finding another dog, I'd be like, no, not like
again.
this. Not like this.
True.
I'm not ready to love.
Yes.
I'd be like, get out of here.
I do love the moment where Dean arrives.
Yeah.
And Sam is, for whatever reason, is
Have
like,
we established that Dean doesn't like dogs in the
No,
show?
I don't
Because
think
Sam goes out and he's like, just listen. She didn't track mud, and she's like fun, and she's nice, and I don't know who her owner is, and she stepped on your bed, and it's okay, and I'll deal with it. blah,
Yes.
blah, blah. Like he's like, can we keep he's doing all this. I do love Dean pokes his head in and just
it's like, yeah, we can keep her. Yeah.
woman in a black dress and a red collar that did not affect me in any way.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I listen. We can't get too deep into it because this episode's already about fucking a dog. But I would.
Face down, ass up. That's the way I dog ownership.
Face down, ass up. That's the way I go to the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good
yeah,
Lord.
after Sam plows the dog, he goes to the vet.
Yeah, I do like Dean being like, yeah, we can keep her.
But also, there's
But
a
also
moment
it's a
that I
little
thought
weird,
where Sam says all of those things, and then Dean looks at it as a woman. Is Dean like, oh, are we gonna fuck this lady together?
Yes, because the way he's like, we could. I thought maybe we could. Blah blah blah. And then
Yes.
Dean looks in, but I didn't put the. It does. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Uh-huh.
I definitely heard it as Sam being like proposing a devil's threesome with
Yes.
his brother. But what I didn't put together is Dean looks in and goes, "Yeah."
This is the thing.
That was the piece I didn't
Yeah.
clock until you just said it.
Because he was game.
Man, interesting.
Look, I'm just saying, each of us have shared the body of a demon before.
Yeah.
Why not share each other's body?
You know
over
what?
a
Before we
dog?
go here, I should call Cass.
Yeah. So,
I don't understand why you'd implicate the devil in your threesome.
yeah.
Why are the two of you not locking eyes? Is that not your preferred way of doing this?
Well, you know when a dog goes to the bathroom and it can't look at you in the face.
No, I meant like with each other.
Oh.
Jesus.
So the woman, Portia, explains she's a familiar who can switch between being a dog and a human.
Yeah.
I mean, she's making me feel like a dog.
Easy.
Ruh-roh. Don't do it. She's
Ruh-roh. I'm Rorty.
nice. She's connected to James Frampton,
Yeah.
Peter's brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
A man they once knew who's now practicing witchcraft. And there's a whole thing where they're like, the
Yeah.
cop?
Well, he's not good at it yet. He's just practicing.
Yeah. That's your dad's joke. The
Yeah.
When are they gonna start?
Yeah.
Do your dad's joke.
Oh, it's it's like
Practicing medicine.
yeah. It's something about like doctors, lawyers. When are they gonna stop practicing and get down to it?
I fucking
Speaking
love
of
that.
like vaudeville,
Yes.
joke. Yeah.
So we then cut to outside a nightclub. James and his advisor Spencer are deep in a conversation about James's recurring violent dreams.
Yeah.
James is concerned that these dreams are straining his relationship with Portia. Portia confides in Sam and Dean about James's nightmares. She reveals their telepathic bond and worries that James is nearing a mental breakdown.
Well, because he's cut off that. Like she explains that familiars and their witches have share a telepathic link, but she goes like, he's cut me off from that. So like something bad is happening, you know.
We then go to a city park at night, and James dreams of aggressively attacking a blind man in the park, choking him to death.
I feel like both of these visions, I feel like the choreo is a little weak.
Totally.
Like a little bit like he just kind of like just puts his hand out and then we just hear a and we go like, I don't know that he like
feels like he choked him, not ripped his neck in half.
like things don't match. Did you get that sense?
Yeah.
I felt that way about both the first one and this one, where I was like, oh okay, sure.
I do love that they give him like the blind man the tiniest bit of credit to be like he heard of rustling at least.
Yeah.
To not just be like, I'm blind and vulnerable. Like they did give him a moment where he's like, yeah, I hear something, but then he still gets killed.
Yeah, and you know, to the blind guy's credit, he's got a lot of agency. He's out walking at night.
Yeah, I mean, not that that makes a difference, the time of day. I like that you were trying to do a good thing and then sort of did a bad thing. Look at him at night, not scared at all.
Really good point. Well, shit.
I really like that.
Well, shit. Yeah. fuck.
Anyways, so James wakes up terrified again, shaking, realizing the violence of his dreams.
Yeah.
We then go to James's house in the day. James and Portia are arguing over a decision to involve Sam and Dean.
Yeah, because she went rogue to go find Sam and Dean. And the reason, she also explains that the reason she went in dog form is because she can suss people out better that or whatever. And she's like, I like Sam. He's got big, strong, dog-killing hands.
Feels like he could just turn a steering wheel. And
Yeah, I kind of like the danger of it, if I'm being honest.
I do like the idea that she leaves the argument as a dog. I do like the idea that she's having the argument as a dog.
Yeah.
I know that it doesn't work that way, but
Hey,
well, damn.
you're going to listen to me when I rock you. You always rue this. Why won't you let me in?
We never rock anymore. So, James feels his life and struggles are private matters. He then opens up to Sam and Dean, though, showing him his blood-stained shirt.
Yeah.
A chilling piece of evidence from his nightmare.
Yeah, and Dean's not thrilled about the idea that a guy they had previously helped with a monster is now into witchcraft. And Dean's kind of like, should we just kill this
I
guy?
do like that they're like,
And Sam's like, no.
we did this to him.
Dean's like, I don't know, he's a witch. We kill witches.
It's like we brought him into the supernatural world and then just sort
and
of
I'll
like
take him out.
Yeah, it didn't give him any guidelines or
Yeah.
anything. They're like not like, hey, so this is a crazy new world. There are some limitations though. Don't get involved with witchcraft. Like
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So we then go back to the Sleepy Lodge Motel. During the day at the motel, the brothers are looking into James' recent past.
Yeah, and then once again we have a like what like angry brother scene about who should do the trials. Bleh.
Yeah, we're family, and you
Yeah,
something about against
you
family.
got something to say? No, you said it.
Yeah.
Are you done? Yeah, I'm done. If you're done, now
East-
let's fuck this dog.
Yeah. Which form?
Yes.
East St. Louis Police Department now during the day. Sam plays detective, probing into the case with the lead detective, Ed Stoltz,
Yeah.
who's been in a bunch of Supernatural episodes.
Has he?
Yeah. He's in a
Okay.
bunch of things. He uncovers suspicious details that don't seem to add up.
Yeah.
though.
I love this guy. He was just like, hey, listen, I'm just a detective here in East St. Louis, a notoriously grimy, crime-ridden city. But I don't see anything too hinky going on here, so I don't know why the agency's involved. Anyway, nothing to see here.
Yeah, what is it, a slow day at the agency?
Yeah.
I do like at one point Sam does go, we have agency to choose whatever jobs we want. Which is like a
Yeah.
thing they've never really brought up before, but no one's pushed this much on them.
Yeah.
We then go back to the witch nightclub in the day though.
Yeah.
So Dean and Portia visit the bar frequented by witches. The building's facade may recognize as Patty's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Really? So
yeah.
anyway, I started blasting.
And they meet Philippe, a familiar of
Can I just say,
Yeah.
his name is Philippe Le Chat,
which is Philip the cat.
except she pronounces it Philippe Le Chat, which means Philip the Pussy.
Is that really the difference?
Yes. Both dog and cat are masculine words in French. It's chien and chat. If you feminize them, they become bitch and pussy.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Like truly in French, a slang word for like pussy the way we use it
Shat.
is chat, la chatte.
Yeah, you fucking.
No, j'aime bien la chatte, huh?
You're being a pussy.
No, it's like, j'aime bien. Like
Oh,
I like it fine. It's good.
I've enjoyed a pussy here and there.
I've been known.
Yeah, I'm familiar with pussy.
Let's just say it's man's best friend with benefits.
A surprising thing is that we learned that Dean is actually allergic to pussy.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't seem like a. I don't think.
Huh?
I don't think Dean eats pussy.
Oh.
I think Sam does.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's the giving type.
But yeah, I don't even think it's about giving. I think he's just good at it and does it.
Oh, interesting.
I'm thinking of Soulless Sam a little bit. if I'm being
Oh,
honest.
sure. Aren't we all?
But yeah, I don't think Dean does.
That's interesting.
Let's throw it out there. I want to hear from our listeners.
Because I feel like people have
which of the
commented.
Winchesters
eat pussy.
Lingus's cun.
What? Pussy good. Pussy eating good.
Just keep going.
So, Spencer, another witch, denies knowing any spell that. Glad we're just ruining this episode now. It's already out the fucking window. Who cares? So, Spencer, another witch, denies knowing any spell that can control another witch.
Mm-hmm.
James's bedroom at night now. Portia reluctantly chains James to his bed.
I mean,
Fuck.
I would not be reluctant.
I mean, good lord. I mean, I'd pretend to be reluctant, but I'll be like, oh no, don't. It's kind of part of it. Trying to prevent him from physically acting out of his violent dreams. Dean and Sam intend to confront James, but Portia intervenes, insisting that James might actually not be acting on his own volition because she ties him up. They end up fucking.
Do they full?
Well, she says they did. It didn't look like they did
which
because
apparently is wrong. I guess you're not supposed to do this with your familiar.
you can't get that familiar,
I guess. Oh, but that seems confusing and misleading.
especially when they look like that.
They don't call them a distant.
like when they look like that.
I mean,
Those fucking pointy ears and that stubby tail.
how much is that doggy in the window?
Pound, pound. I'm going to take that dog to the pound, if you know what I mean.
One with that waggly tail.
Just some fucking collar come with that wag. I'm sorry,
Jesus.
you didn't think this episode was going to be on dog fighting.
I mean, this episode was never going to be anything but this.
No,
We're not nearly mature enough to do this
we're
episode.
not nearly as
but
mature.
also, neither is this episode.
Though they do make a point of congratulating Dean for not doing what we're doing.
At one point, they're like,
Yeah.
hey, you've got like 20 minutes. Well done.
Yeah. So at the police station, Sam discovers a detailed file on James.
Sorry, hang on. I interrupted you before. You're saying she ties him up. They fuck.
Sam
In
and
that
Dean show up
moment,
to
his,
kill
like,
him.
But his like psychological wall comes down, and she sees
Yes.
his memories, and so that's when she comes out. And she goes, "He didn't do this because all I see are the memories.
Nothing leading
no
up.
lead up, no planning, no hiding, no
Yeah.
like cleanup after, nothing.
Those were placed.
They're planted. They're like it's wrong. It's not how things work." And so Sam and Dean go like, Dean's like, fine, we won't kill this guy, I guess.
But I better kill something in this
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
So Sam is at the police station. They're basically pushing him away, but he does notice that there is a file held in the IT guy's hands.
Yeah, Sam's got fucking like Bionic Man vision.
Truly.
He like fucking sees this file that this one guy's holding, and then he's like, "Hey, East St. Louis detective, anything weird going on with James?" And the guy's like, "No, nothing. Definitely nothing. Anyway, have a good day, agent." Whoa, and he leaves.
So Sam goes.
So suspicious.
Sam goes back and tells this to James, and James goes, "Okay, like I can actually do this astral projection. We'll do this together because the guys are like, you're not gonna do this alone. Like we need to fucking be there.
He's like, we'll break into the police precinct spiritually.
Yes.
We'll see whatever we have to see. Get the evidence.
They go in there and they see that there was an informant, and it was Philippe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Philippe Le Chat.
Dean and Portia meet with Drexel, who's a hilarious character. Who's like
Oh yeah.
he kind of looks like a burnout, but that is also a witch guy.
yeah. He's fun.
He shares about rumors of James being a threat, and that basically that the community wants him out.
Yeah. Well, because they also don't like that he's fucking his familiar, which again, apparently you're not supposed to do.
Which is why someone's probably
But
framing
they should
James.
put that on the sign.
Yeah. So now James goes to confront Philippe, accusing him of lying.
Yeah. And Philippe's like, I didn't want to do it, but I got a direct order.
Yes.
And I'm a familiar. That shit is not optional for me.
And Spencer reveals that he's the mastermind.
Yeah.
Driven by jealousy and spite toward James because of his relationship with Portia.
Yeah, and there's this weird thing where he's like, she chose you, which is like, I guess they went down
He was like, I know that you're familiar, but I wanted to fuck her.
They went down to the like humane familiar society. They're like, well, you each get like a test, couple of days, and we'll see whose home she prefers.
I learned just as much from her as she did from me.
But yeah, there's like a weird thing.
Some like to say that, I fucked her, but in a lot of ways, she fucked me.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I don't fully understand about familiars in this context, because she goes out of her way to say, like, I'm not a shapeshifter. It's not just like, here's a different kind of monster that has chosen the role of familiar. A familiar is like a different thing. So how and why do they exist?
Great question.
Like, how could, but where I'm getting at is, she just existed, like, partnerless. until there was enough time for this guy to get jealous of this,
Yes.
like she didn't just spring into existence. She wasn't made. Like she's
Yeah.
just there, just kind of like deactivated or some shit. This guy was like, yeah, and then the other guy was like, no, a familiar for me.
Yeah, I don't know how it
Like, you
works.
know,
Are they
to
like fucking
build-
Pokemon? Like,
to-
what are they?
To build that jealousy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just having a hard time conceptualizing the masterless familiar. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Do they exist
least
in the
in this-
wild?
At least in this show.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit different in like the real lore where you would maybe imbue an actual animal with magic.
Yes.
Or
Because I think at one point they asked her, they're like, "Are you more a dog or a human?"
it's
And they don't really answer it.
yeah.
She's like, "I'm both."
Yeah. Which is dope.
So Sam and Dean then jump into this battle, eventually using wit and magic concoction to defeat Spencer with the witch bomb.
It also doesn't like this battle is kind of nothing because Spencer's like, I can get into a witch's head, I can get into yours. And we see all these flashback memories of like Dean in hell and Sam in
Yes.
the cage and all this stuff. And you go like, man, that should really fuck them up. And then as soon as the guy's distracted by the familiar and the spell wears off, the guys are back to it fine.
Yes.
Like, it's not like they're not like
Shaking from
we're
the
not like we didn't
experience.
reopen all these.
No.
It's just like, why did we do that? Why did we clip show here?
Great question.
You know,
Also was questioning the witch bomb thing because I'm just like, okay, a witch is just a person. They don't become a new being.
but I guess the thing is like a witch theoretically
Has like protective spells and stuff. Yeah.
protective spells on themselves.
So
But
this
yes,
will
you're
destroy
right. I know what you're saying. The witch bomb could just be normal fire.
I was just always
I mean,
every time.
historically, that's what it was.
Yes. I always think about that whenever they're like, we're going to kill a witch. I'm like, it's just a person practicing magic.
Yeah, I think the idea is that the witch bomb would negate
Yes.
some like basic protective magic kind
But
of
they do
things.
treat witches in this show like they're different creatures.
They do, yes.
And I'm like, well, no, they're
we do have
just
to remind
people.
ourselves that they are people.
Yes.
Yeah. Witches are people too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And sometimes so are dogs, if you're lucky.
yeah, because then you can excuse it when they.
Hey, don't make me rub your nose in it.
Just saying, I'm pretty sure James had a bottle of peanut butter somewhere. So,
Bottle?
jar.
I
Whatever.
mean, like next to his bed, there's a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, you know, some people got lube next to the bed. I've got peanut butter. Whatever.
Yeah, your house smells awful.
Yeah, it is funny watching Portia go.
Jesus Christ.
It's
We're less mature than Dean.
yeah. Just put a little on her nose and watch her lick it off.
Easy. Easy.
So now at the Sleepy Lodge Motel at night, in the aftermath, James and Portia decide it's time to start anew elsewhere. The Winchesters reflect on the tough decision and complex situation that they've encountered. And they walk away. They go
Right.
to the Impala, and Dean opens up about trust and importance of family as they drive. And
Oh,
Sam's like,
God,
yeah, I had a family.
Stop doing this, man.
Sam also, however, hides a worrying symptom, a bloody cough, suggesting there's more to his condition.
Yeah,
than
he's
says.
got like a fucking what's her name? Like Satine, like Moulin Rouge.
He's got the
cough.
consumption.
He has the consumption
Yeah.
exactly.
oh, I'll never be able to dance again.
Someday I'll fly away.
Get you, yeah, da. And the credits roll.
I would give anything to see Sam and Dean in Moulin Rouge.
I mean, truly. Which rolls?
I think Sam has to be Ewan McGregor.
Sure.
He's got to be the sensitive poet.
Sure.
But I would love to see Dean as Toulouse-Lautrec.
I mean, yes, obviously.
or no, Dean is the Argentinian, the narcoleptic
sure.
Argentinian.
Yeah, that's funny. I
Yeah.
like that.
Roxanne. Oh, man.
All right.
Am I going to watch Moulin Rouge tonight?
So, what did you think about this episode?
This episode is fine. I mean, let's leave aside all of the jokey stuff
Yeah.
about dog fucking, which is a weird element to throw into this thing. Because
Yep.
truly, I think, really, the idea of that they're doing something unnatural because they're in love, it like barely plays into this episode. You would think it would be like
Sure.
there'd be something about how that maybe that enhances their magic or it does something different. But
Sure.
like it never really like why do they hate it? You know, like I don't know, just don't do it.
Yeah, don't.
And it's like, okay, well, fucking fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's the rules. No.
like that. Yeah, I don't know that it feels like a throwaway detail because you could still just have I'm jealous. I wanted her as my familiar.
Yeah.
All the same things, but we add this other layer to it, and it doesn't really go anywhere or do anything. The brothers fighting, who gives a shit? And I was confused for so long trying to place this guy. I was like, we've seen him before.
I know.
Like a lot of just like the setup pieces of the plot in this episode either take you out of the episode or like don't pay off in a way that is particularly satisfying or anything. It's fine though. Some of the performances are fine. The dude is okay. I think Portia's good. I think she turns in a good performance. But otherwise, it's kind of just like a episode to me. Like I think I guess I'd give it 3 downward dogs.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna give it higher than I'm gonna give it.
Okay.
I guess there's nothing.
I don't hate it though. Like when we
I
get
know
into
what
the
you mean.
twos, I feel like I'm being more malicious.
I know, but
you know what I mean?
here's the thing: it needs to be punished for being this forgettable. I've seen this series
Right.
so many times. I don't know if I've ever watched this episode.
Yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
did not remember this episode,
And I really should remember an episode with a plot this weird.
right?
Yeah.
And a fucking dog that hot.
Easy. I mean, a person.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking hot. Fucking good lord.
Someone went straight to Amazon and bought a collar.
Yeah. No, went right to the pound.
Down.
That's what I call the Humane Society.
You got to stop doing that, man. Oh, trust me, there's nothing humane about it.
Yeah.
A humane society would not allow this.
No. Yeah, I'd like to get another familiar from Pound Town.
Your face is on the wall. Do not let this. He keeps volunteering to dog walk, but we don't let him.
Yeah. I mean, look, their legs are going to be sore, that's for sure.
Jesus.
So I think that
Got
this
that
is
dog moving side to side.
You love knowing that, yeah. It's such a forgettable episode. Like,
I agree.
It just has. It feels like an episode from season 2, like, but without the quality.
Yeah,
like,
it is. I mean, in a way, it's fine to have a little monster of the week kind of thing, but I agree that it's also doing it's a shitty filler episode.
It's so failure. I mean, and here's the thing. I'm sorry to say this, but this is what you get with the Eugenie Ross Lemming episode. They're never good.
They're not good.
It feels like nepotism. It feels like they're just getting to write an episode, and
it's no bueno.
No. I'm not a fan of this episode. So I'm gonna give this 2.75 bedside peanut butters.
Nice.
Fly.
Hell yeah. Rock on, baby.
Well, those are our reviews, but before we go, we have a note from a fellow hunter.
All right.
You're gonna like this. The subject:
Okay.
Theory of Demon Blood and Sam plus Ruby.
Ooh.
We haven't had a Demon Blood episode in a while.
Yeah. Bring the blood back.
Yeah, we haven't talked the blood in a while.
Yeah. Hey, I know a little bit about it.
Oh,
Family business.
Vinny. So, hi guys. I love your podcast. I've been watching Supernatural since it started, but fell off around season 10 or 11. I've always wanted to finish it, so I found your show, and I'm currently on season 6. Anyways, I have a theory about Sam's abilities, why he drank blood, but the other psychic Higgs didn't. Why Ruby pushed it on him so much, and what her Dumbo line meant in the season 4 finale. These are things that we haven't really addressed.
Yeah, this is great.
So, Yellow Eyes bled into the mouths of all the psychic kids, and they all had ability.
Yes.
We know the powers can be developed without additional demon blood because Randall, Andy, Ava, Max, and Jake all did not.
Right.
They all accepted and embraced their abilities, but Sam never did. not even when he was using them with Ruby. I think the blood was a placebo Ruby used to push Sam into using his powers because he couldn't develop them like the other psychic kids.
Oh, because he had too many blocks up? Interesting.
But the blood also did more than that.
Okay.
Ruby knew the temporary effects of the blood would be like a drug and make Sam rely and trust her a bit more. Also, it would put a wall between Sam and the other hunters / Dean if he came back, which Ruby may have known he would if Azazel's plan went that far.
Interesting.
Additionally, Ruby was priming Sam with the blood so that he could be willing to and able to drink a large amount of blood. She told him he would have to drink a lot to kill Lilith, but I think she was actually doing that so Sam would be ready to say yes to Lucifer as soon as he rose, and he would be his vessel immediately. Since we know from season 5, when Sam actually says yes, that he had to drink gallons.
Huh.
Also, I think
Interesting.
Lilith had already accepted her fate as she didn't fight back and already failed in Monster at the end of the book when she tried to make a deal with Sam. There's no reason for Sam to power up that much, which Ruby would have known. So it wasn't about defeating her. It was about preparing his body.
I like this so far.
Yeah, finally.
Sure, there's a hiccup to this somewhere, but I'm enjoying it. I like it.
Finally, Ruby's line about not needing the feather to fly was her telling Sam he was always capable of these abilities and killing Lilith, but that her plan / efforts were to get him ready for Lucifer.
Right.
Always anyways, that's my theory. Sorry to send this while you guys are already on season 8, but I love the show and I'm binging to catch up. So awesome to hear fellow Canadians thirst over my favorite show. Best wishes, Andy.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's solid
the
headcanon.
best explanation I've had so far.
I dig it. I like it.
Like the idea that it was about Lucifer and not about his abilities. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, I think that's great. I really like that. Yeah,
So good. Thank you so much,
nice,
Andy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to continue this discussion about blood, or being the lingest of Kun, you can join our Patreon.
It's like bad world building.
Ah, yes, the lingest of Kun.
It's me, Devron, lingest of Kun.
Oh, yes, the one that had been foretold. Patreon.
Patreon.com/ghostfacers. Hey, for only $1 a month, you could be a Roadhouse Hunter. You could join Angel Radio. But look over there.
What?
Give us more money and
Hell
you get
yeah.
the Bunker Report, a weekly bonus episode. We are going into all sorts of extra SPN stuff. We're watching the Winchesters. We watched the Ghostfacers web series. We'll be doing extra lore segments. We'll be watching just random specific episodes with guests. A bunch of fun stuff is planned over there, but all of that money helps us support us and what we do here, and it also supports us doing the main feed free stuff too.
Absolutely. And if you have a note about a future or a past episode, or just want to say hello, you can email her just the way that Andy has at ghostfacerspodcast@gmail.com, or reach out to us through our various social media platforms.
That's right. We're Ghostfacers Pod on Facebook and Instagram.
Don't forget to subscribe so that you can get our episode automatically in your feed every single week. And while you're there, why don't you give us a 5-star review and we will read it like we have today on a future episode. Also, if you want your Humane Society welcomes you to Pound Town t-shirt, go to ghostfacerspodcaststore.com.
Jesus.
Also, if you like what we do here, you might like what we do over on our other podcasts.
It's the Dr. DC podcast. We talk about DC Comics and superheroes. If you like the way that we talk about magic and lore and stuff over here, you might like how we talk about that stuff over there. And guess what? It's December. And for the 12 days leading up to Christmas, we got 12 episodes coming out over there. Wow. So check out Docmas. Go listen to both podcasts. Everything's a crossover. One feeds the other. A snake eating its own tail. A dog fucking its own master. And other metaphors.
Aviento, shat.
Jerk.
Brain Freeze podcast.
If I was that bitch tan. Na, 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 na.
You just like with your like plain beige shirt, like buttoned all the way up, just brown pants. You could be Devia.
It's a white shirt, first of all. But
The way you wear it, it's beige. I'm
Ouch.
so upset this show doesn't have gold. On it.